Kia ora everybody, what's up? Tiki Taane here, and I am in the Auckland Town Hall about to do a sound check for Shapeshifter as they perform their last gig of the 25-year anniversary tour. I've been doing sound for Shapeshifter since their first gig in 1999, and this is the first time I'm going to do a breakdown of the setup that I use for Shapeshifter, all the analog gear and the racks and stuff. I'll take you through it. Let's go. Yo, so this is the Midas H3, the Heritage, and this is what we love to use. It's one of my favorite consoles. We also use the XL4, which sounds better, but this one here is just easier to navigate really quickly on the fly. Just it's set out really nicely. So what I'll do is I'll talk about the drums and how we set up the drums, and also how I do parallel compression and all that kind of stuff. So here we have our drum channels. We have kick in, kick out, snare top, snare bottom, snare 2 top, snare 2 bottom, hi-hats, 4 toms, 1, 2, 3, 4, but that's a Y split, so he's actually got 5 toms. So the 2 toms are going down that one. Over here's left and right, SPD kick, SPD snare, and SPD brakes, and everything's running down here, but I haven't got it going through stereo mix. I've got it going through subgroups. So we've got subgroups 1 and 2. Also subgroups 3 and 4, and over here subgroups 1 and 2 is dry, so that's the dry drum sound. Subgroups 3 and 4 is the wet, so that's like parallel compression, which I'm using over here. This amazing piece of kit Rupert Neve designed. This is the Portico 2. This is amazing. I love this piece of kit, and it's got this really cool feature here, which is the silk. Often I'll end up putting a little bit of silk on the drums. Also this here is amazing too. This is the depth and width. So I use a lot of depth on the drums to get punch. That's how I can really kick it through. This is the width as well, which is cool. Great for outside, not so much inside. It gets a bit weird when you're in the inside, but so I kind of keep it like that and like that. And so that's ends up being roughly on the night, sort of around there really. It gives me heaps of punch. Now, you also see here on groups 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, I have kicks and snares. So this is the kicks I put through the group as well, and all the snares through the group as well. That just allows me to get more punch sometimes. Sometimes when we're doing parallel compressions, you lose a bit of the punch. So bang and bang. So that can help get the kicks and snare through that. Nice and punchy. Over here, we have gates first. So we're using these Drama gates, kicks, and then snares, toms, and up here compressors as well. So we've got kick in on the DBX 160s, kick out, and some snare stuff there as well. Hit the gates first, and then link it up into the compressor. Blow, and that's how we do the drums. Okie dokie, here we have the bass section. This is the Korg MS-10, and this is the bass samples. The Korg MS-10 I've got going through this 160 DBX, and the bass samples got going through this 1066, and what are we doing here? Roughly 3-to-1 compression, a pretty sort of average attack and a quick release. Next to the bass we've got Sam's samples and his guitars. Samples are left and right, once again running through this DBX 1066. The guitars are mainly a reverby, chorusy, jazzy type sound. And then for the big songs, when he kicks into distortion, what I do is send that via group into a Summit over here. So the Summit is this beautiful old compressor here, and I drive the guitars into that via here, bang, and that just makes it a huge, massive, grunty sound, kind of like Tool inspired. So I love doing that. That's a really cool part of the show, when he's like rocking out on the guitar, that's just like brum, 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 brum. Often I'll put in this Korg here. This is the MS-2000, and I'll punch that in as well, and that will also get sent to the Summit. And when the guitars and the Korg are in that together, it's doing some pretty cool stuff. Over in this section, we've got the MPC, Radius, and MS-2000. This is all Dan's area. Got compressors for all of that over here as well. MPC's over here on this compressor. The radius on this compressor here, the MS2000 is coming in on this 160 here. Next to all of Dan's stuff is P Diggs, the vocalist, and also the spare mic. P Diggs, I've got him running through this lovely DBX here. Pretty soft compression, 3-to-1. You know, kind of like an average attack and average release. I'll sometimes mess with that depending on the song, depending on the vibe, and great compressor. The cool thing about that is P Diggs is a great vocalist, so he naturally uses mic techniques, so it just makes it a really good job for me. Nice and easy to be able to mix them. Okay, check out these effects. We're using the model H3000, so I put that on the vocals. It's kind of like a phasey thing, sometimes a doubler that really works really well. This here is my dub out. I use this a lot. It's the D2 TC Electronics, and a trick to do is to keep the feedback down to 0, and then on the return here on my dub fader, you dial it in post fade here on itself. So that's the send, and you dial it in on itself, and that's how you can get those really long dubs that just sit there like wah, 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 and then you can EQ it. So that's how we do the dubby stuff. All these old gears here, I don't even know how old these are, 80s, something like that, 90s. This is one of my favorites, the Yamaha SPX 2000, woohoo! SPX 990. So those are all the effects, mainly on drums and vocals. Yo, so that's a quick, brief rundown of the input channels, the compressors, the gates, and the effects. And so what I'm going to do now is tune the PA. I'm going to use P Diggs' vocal mic. I'm going to bring it out here, and I'm going to tune the PA using my voice and the microphone, just so I can know where the problem areas are. Use this 30-band graphic EQ here, just in case I need to nip anything out, and da-da-da-da-da. It's pretty tricky when it's an empty room, but doing it with the vocal mic gets me a really good indication of what the room's doing. And at the end of the day, the vocals have got to be clear, and they've got to be clean, and they've got to be loud to get over the drums, the bass, and all the noise. So tuning it via the vocal means that I can really just get it exactly where I want it to be, so there's no issues later on when it's time to do the gig. You're not fighting and wrestling and trying to get the vocal clear. So we'll do that now. 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah. E, 1, 2. Let's mirror it over here and do some slight adjustments. What's tricky is that when you do this, you've got guys loading in the punter barrier, so there's a lot of noise in the background. This is probably the trickiest part, is to try and tune a room when there's all this noise around. But it's okay though, it's part of the job. So the whole idea is to kind of find out what this vocal mic is doing in the room, and working out where the problem areas are at the moment. It's roughly around 100 hertz, and it's always a bit bitey around 2.5K, and this microphone also is a bit funny around 8 to 10K. So at the moment I've done a little bit of that. Also it's tricky because there's no one in here, and you've got a big shiny surface on the ground, so that's just like messes with your head as well. But you just got to do the best you can to get it sitting in a really good situation, so that when you're ready to rock, you're not having to trying to chase this kind of stuff at the start of the gig. Once I get that happening and it's not ringing and it's not feeding back, then I know I'm in a really good position to have a good gig. Sound cool? How's that sound? Cool? Cool. Okay, so let's do a sound check. Righty-ho. Yo, Damien, give me that kick drum, please. So first things first, we're going to do this kick drum. It's SM91. It's inside the drum. I'm going to bring in parallel compression. And what I do is also bring up the Beta 52. There's there. Just check the phase on it. Okay, phase out, phase in. Okay, I like it with the phase out. So I'm going to go back to the 91, adjust the gates, adjust the compressor. Right, bring it in 52, tune down to 91. Right, bring them both in. How's that for you at the moment? Well, I don't want to go any more from here or here because I'm starting to clip stuff here. So I want more from you, yeah. And then I can pull back some more. Yeah, yeah, perfect. Thanks, bro. Yeah, you okay? That's good. Yeah, that's really good. Thank you. What was that, another 6 dB? 5? Cool, okay. Yeah, it wasn't really smacking me like it should. Thanks, bro, give me the snare. Right, first snare. What I'll do here is I'll actually turn the overheads up first. Get a feel for what the overhead's doing, and what the room's doing. Cool, and then I'll dial in the main snare. There we go. Okay, I'm going to bring in the bottom snare, get that crack, and I'm going to check the phase on it, phase out. Yeah, I like it with the phase in. Right, let's try a little bit of reverb, see what's happening there. Here's my short reverb. Are good. Try the second snare. Try the second snare, bro. Once again. And that bottom snare. Check the phase on it. Like the phase in. So the overheads. Got snares in there now. Now check the phase on the overheads. Phase. Okay, I like it with the phase in on both overheads. Okay, brother, hi-hats. We're going to check the hi-hats. Take out a little bit 5K, biting. Okay, give me a kick snare hat speed, please. Yeah. Two snares and the balance between the kick and the snare. Trying to get the parallel pressure right. Going to wind it to smacking it, bro. Nice. Give me that first tom, the two actually. Go between the two. So we've got this tom 1 and 2, a Y split. Toms are always sounding amazing. We've got David, the drum tech, right now on the kit. Absolutely amazing at tuning these drums. So I don't really have to do anything. Just adjust the gates. Cool. Maybe a little bit of reverb, see how that's going. Just a smidgen of reverb. Nice. Tom 3, please. Tom 3. Yes. Great job, Damien. Sounds great. So the tom is slightly opening up the kick gate. It's okay though. It's not stressing too much. Okay, bro. Go 1, 2, 3. Nice. Tom 4. Right, tom 4. Making sure these toms are holding or releasing nicely. That's good. A little bit of reverb. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Check the gate, gate's good. The gate is triggering the kick, that's okay. I'm not worried about that too much. Okay, go around the toms. Sound amazing, bro. Awesome. Give me that SPD kick. Right, SPD. This is the SPD kick. Nice. Go between SPD kick and analog kick. So now I'm just balancing up the two kicks. So we've got the digital, analog. Nice, bro. Give me that snare. We're going to check these brakes. Yeah, heavy jam. Yep. Thanks, brother. Sounds awesome. And there you have it. There's the drums. So that's a good starting point. The thing about Shapeshifter, it is live drum and bass, so the drums need to be fat. And spend a bit of time on the drums, spend a bit of time EQing the system, and you should be in a really good position to start the gig and have a good one. Okay. Yeah, keep going on that, bro. Check out the bottom end on this. Dial in my crazy reverb, so what I do is got a really long 4-second reverb on that bass, and then what I do is sweep it like this, grab this and go. That's how you get that big sweepy sound. Yes, nice. Wagwan, wagwan. Good to see you, my brother. Awesome. Yeah, bro. Real good. Yep. Yeah, that's good, bro. So, the cool thing is about a lot of the Shapeshifter instruments, pretty much all of them are all DI, and we've worked on them so much that EQ is flat when it comes to me. Just years and years of doing this and giving feedback to the band, and we've just managed to get all the EQ settings super flat, which comes in handy when you're doing a festival and you've got no time to set up. It's just like, okay, flat, just adjust the gain, and you're good to go. Yep, that's good, bro, thank you. It's a radius. Yep, that's good, bro. You can see how quickly we're getting through it, because everything is set. The volumes, the EQs, everything's... Yep, that's good, thank you. And then move on to Sam samples. There you go. Yep, that's good, thank you. Percussion. So basically we just checked all of the synths, all of the keyboards. It took about 2 minutes. That's because everything coming at me, all the EQ is just really nicely fixed. Arriba! Sounds great, bro. Thank you. So I'm good to go. Nice work. So here you have it. There's a quick sound check. Oh yeah, we're going to check the spare vocal. Here we go.
She's a bit more sensitive. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thanks, bro. Boom, and there you have it. That is the sound check for Shapeshifter, using Damien, the drum tech, and the crew to go through everything. The main mahi is done with the drums, just making sure that they're fat and slamming, and I've got options to really slam it. So I try to sound check the drums at full volume, just so I can feel out what's going on with the PA, and we can make adjustments. And it's pretty tricky when it's an empty room though, but you just got to kind of deal with that and make mental notes about frequencies and where things are sitting. And then that's it. That's the sound check done with the crew. Now waiting on the band. The band's going to be here in about 10 minutes. And then we're going to run some songs. Yee-hoo!